my intention with these videos is, just my own personal story. That's all I can tell you about. And if you can relate and I can be of some help to you, then I'm glad you're here. Or if I'm entertainment value, I don't care. As long as you're nice about it. These people, weren't so nice. They wanted to just, tear me up. And I even apologized because, I feel bad. I know a lot of people have it way worse than I do, but it doesn't negate what I'm going through. I'm struggling. I have a hard time, whether, you agree with how I'm living or not. I am struggling and I did go back to work. I'm 63. I'm trying to figure it out because retirement is going to be more difficult for us. Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Dawn, the unretired carnivore here. And I still feel like dog doo-doo. I'm serious. I am so sick. I didn't even go into work today, which is a bummer because I really can't afford to miss any work, but it feels like a virus or flu or something. It's all over. And I'm just doing what I can. I'm gonna, work on it today, probably take a nap. And I'm not a napper, but I feel like sleep is the body's best defense when you have something like this, and just drinking lots of water and staying hydrated. I'm not very hungry. It's hard to eat when you're sick. You guys know, I'm sure. But anyway, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. The last two videos I did brought in quite a few new people, and I'm really happy about that. Well, I'm happy about most of you. There was a few that came in that I don't know why they were here. They were just here to come in and unload on me about my title about being poor. I had no idea what being poor is, and how dare I talk about it, me with my manicure. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not claiming to be the poorest of the poor. That was never what my intention. And I do understand there are a lot of people that have it way worse off than I do. My intention with these videos is, just my own personal story. That's all I can tell you about. And if you can relate and I can be of some help to you, then I'm glad you're here. Or if I'm entertainment value, I don't care. As long as you're nice about it. These people, weren't so nice. They wanted to just, tear me up. And I even apologized because, I feel bad. I know a lot of people have it way worse than I do, but it doesn't negate what I'm going through. I'm struggling. I have a hard time, whether, you agree with how I'm living or not. I am struggling and I did go back to work. I'm 63. I'm trying to figure it out because retirement is going to be more difficult for us. It may be more difficult for others, but I'm just telling my story. And right now it's going to be difficult. I don't know if you read on my community page, I shared some info that I found online that just, you have to laugh. You have to laugh because otherwise you'll just cry. It was just explaining where you should be at if you want to retire comfortably at 62. And it was so far out of my reach. I couldn't even fathom it. Basically we need to have at least, I think it said 750,000 in the bank, and at least $75,000 a year coming in. And that's with a paid for house and no bills. And yeah, that is ideal. And I'm sure a lot of you have it and you should be very proud of yourself, but not all of us do. And that's what this channel is for the rest of us that don't have that and are just trying to figure out ways to retire comfortably without being homeless. That's the goal. And like one gentleman said, because I was saying how I've been looking online for, advice. And most of the advice is for people with money, how to, retire comfortably with the money they have and what to do with the money. And there was nothing for people with no money. But like this gentleman said, there's no money in helping people with no money. So yeah, we're not going to find anything. So I thought that's what I want to address. What are we going to do, the rest of us? What do we do to avoid being homeless? Whether you're married, because yes, married couples do struggle too. One lady pointed out that because I was married, I had a partner, I don't understand the struggles. And she's probably right. I don't. But I do have a single daughter who's raising a daughter, and I know the struggles that she's dealing with, and she works hard and she has a career. She went to school and she has her degree, and still life is hard. So I understand somewhat, but yeah, married couples are struggling too. And we're having a hard time. But like I've said before, it was from a series of unfortunate events. And yes, I will take responsibility for definitely making some bad financial decisions and for not taking risks with money, because we were scared to take risks in investments because we didn't grow up with that type of family, and we couldn't afford to lose it because we just thought, what if we put this money in and we lost it all? Then we don't even have that. So yeah, it was very scary because we don't have a lot of financial knowledge. We just don't understand it. We're learning thanks to our son who does, and he's been helpful to us. But I just want to find ways that we can retire or not have to work forever, because that's the first option. And that's where I'm at. I've recognized that. Originally I thought maybe I'll just have to work for a year or two. I might have to work until I die. I know a lot of people that they're already have decided that's the case. They're going to, and hopefully their health holds out. Right now I am in good health, the best health I've ever been in. I've never felt like this. So I'm super grateful for that. And so as long as my health holds out, I do want to work. My husband has worked hard, very hard all his life. He deserves to retire, and hopefully he'll be able to retire before I do. I was a stay-at-home for many years. He allowed me to be a stay-at-home mom. So and he continued working, and sometimes two jobs. And he went to school while he was doing this. So yeah, if at some point he just decides, he's done and he wants to retire, I want to help him. I want to be ready. I want us to be able to do that. But according to the article that I shared in my community page, you need $750,000 to retire comfortably. Well, we don't have that. So it's like, how comfortable are we going to be? You have to decide what your style of living is going to be. Well, it's not even a decision for us. It's already been decided with the amount of money we don't have, and what we're going to be getting in Social Security. That's not even a decision we had to make. It's basically been made for us. We're going to be very limited financially on what we can do. But if we can at least keep a roof over our head and eat, you know what I mean, and just pay our basic bills, we'll be doing good. I would like to think that we could do more, and that's why I'm going to continue working in hopes. I still have hope. I still have hope that it's not, doom and gloom like some people would like us to think. I got to read you some of these titles because, I'm looking, for help for retiring with little to no money. And all these retirement gurus or whatever, they're all, they're financial advisors. It's their job. This is what they're doing. And, and the one guy, I actually really like him. If I had money, I would listen to him because, he just comes across really well. He's very nice. And I like nice people. I'm nice. And I like other people that are nice and very diplomatic in the way he comes across and stuff. And that's another point I want to make. I do appreciate people that are honest, but I think some people relish in being brutally honest with an emphasis on the brutal part. It's like, it's good to be honest, but you can still deliver things without being totally unkind, and being, I don't know. I get the most angry people, and I get it. I get their anger. I know, but I just don't want to be their sounding board, and I won't be. But I do understand why a lot of people are angry and upset right now. Totally legitimate. I just don't want to have to deal with it. There's other people out there that probably can. But anyway, the titles of these videos that I was looking at, let's see. One was why looking poor is important for retiring well. I didn't even watch it because the title just was like, the top reason you need to retire as soon as you can, as soon as I can, might be 90, I don't know. Um, okay, this one's good. 5 signs you are over saving for retirement. It's like, there again, I don't think that's a problem for me. Then the next one was when to stop saving for retirement. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about that one either. This is the one that got me, though. I thought, okay, this one's for me. It was just titled, It's Too Late. Yep, there it is. It's too late. I think that one was Dave Ramsey. I listened to a few of his. I do like Dave Ramsey. A lady called in and she was 71 and they had no retirement. She had 25,000 in cash, but she still owed 27,000 on her home, 11,000 on her vehicle. She was 71 and she's still cleaning houses, and her husband was still working part-time. And Dave Ramsey basically said, she needed to continue working, and pay off her house. She only owed 25,000 to pay it off. And if her and her husband both drew Social Security and together they brought in 2,000, they would be okay. And so I thought, well, that's a little more hopeful, hearing that. For some people, that's still way beyond their reach. You know what I mean? And those are the people that I would like to find some kind of, alternatives. Like I had suggested, I think more and more of us are going to be doing shared households, shared expenses. And that's not necessarily bad, because some people, it would be good for them as far as they don't have families, and it's nice to have people. That was one of the important things to retire and feel good, is to have a support system, a sense of community, because not everybody does. There's a lot of elderly people that are alone. Maybe the friends that they had have already passed on and they have no family and they find themselves completely alone. And that's a scary situation. So yeah, having a sense of community is very important. And, misery likes company. It's nice to be able to have other people that understand and are in the same predicament. And you guys can laugh together, because laughter is the best medicine. But I do think there are some options, the van life, the RV life, but like, people have pointed out, it's not so great when you're in your 80s and 90s. What's the end game there? I don't think those people even know. Right now, it's their best option rather than being on the street. So yeah, they're living in their, and at least they've got that. So they're content with that. But I'm sure they don't even know what the end game is. Maybe at that point they will be, but because you do still have maintenance and insurance and gas and all that stuff. But it's a viable option for some people for a period of time. Maybe it's just a band-aid, I don't know. But I still like the idea of communal living with friends and family. I'm not talking about strangers. It would be with people that I know and love and are in the same predicament. But like I pointed out, I do live in California. I'm not leaving. I know some of you, I had somebody just tell me how incredibly stupid I was for living in California. And it's like, you know what? That doesn't help me. You can say what you want, but my family's here. They have great jobs. They have homes. I'm going to be here with my family because that's where my quality of life is watching my grandkids growing up and being with my kids and stuff. So I'm here. I'm stuck. I'm making the best of it. I'd rather live in a tent out here, or maybe be a snowbird. That was an option I hadn't considered. Well, I did a long time ago. I forgot about it. About maybe getting an affordable home, because there's still some affordable places back east, and land and stuff, and I could live out there for a few months out of the year, but then I would miss my kids and grandkids and I'd have to come back. So maybe if we had a mobile home out here, but like some you said, mobile homes are not a good option. And everything has pros and cons. They all do. You're going to have to weigh them out for you. I don't know. Right now, I would love to say I could just stay in my house forever and hand it down to my kids. But we've been here for 25 years and the equity is there. and sure, I could, if we sold it, we'd have that amount of money to live on. But how would we live on that money? Would we have to just turn around and buy another piece of property? And, that would only leave us so much money, and then we could live off of that. That's an option. We have considered that, although where I live right now is so expensive and it's just gone up, up, up. It's just insane, the prices of homes here. I just about died when my kids bought their homes and what they're paying for just, and well, they're nice homes, but still, um, my husband and I, our first home was 69,000. So, and it was a nice larger home. It was an older home, but you couldn't even buy a piece of land for 69,000 out here. So, yeah, we could, like I said, we can sell our house at some point. It's nice to have that. But also, like some of you said, rent out some rooms. It would have to be to people I know, though. I wouldn't feel comfortable just renting out to anybody. We have done that. We've done that in the past when our kids first moved out and they were going to school and stuff. We had a couple empty rooms for a period of time, and we did rent them out, and that worked out really well. We actually enjoyed doing that. And that was a great help. And I told my husband, if anything happens to him, if he should pass before I do, this is going to become a boarding house. I'm renting out the rooms, I'm renting out the garage. I'll put an ADU on the back piece or the backyard. I'll do whatever it takes. But he's not as comfortable with that, and so while he's alive, that we're not going to do that. But it's just something to think about, because I do have to think about that too. One of us is going to pass before the other, more than likely. And if he goes before I go, I have to figure out what I'm going to do. So those are just things that I've considered doing. But I'm hoping our end goal is to stay in our home, stay near our kids and grandkids, and be able to live off of our Social Security and what savings we have. That's the end goal. That's why I'm working, so that I'm not dipping into our savings, that I can actually put some into it. I'm paying off my car. We want zero bills. That's where we're at. That's the level we're at. And I know there a lot of you are in a lot more difficult situation, and I sympathize with you. And I hope I can help. In some ways, I'm going to do some research, because I want to help people on either ends. And a lot of you are doing way better than us. Don't gloat. It doesn't help me. I mean, I'm happy for you if you're just sharing it because you're proud of yourself, and you should be. But if you're just rubbing it in my face to make me feel stupid, that's not benefiting either one of us. Well, maybe you, if you're a sadist and it makes you feel good, but it doesn't help me. I love the comments that I'm getting of people that understand and are trying to be helpful, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm basically reaching out, and I'm documenting my journey in hopes of helping others. And I'm asking others, what they're doing, if they have some good advice for me. And some of you have been great. So, but like I said, if you just leave comments telling me what you're doing, I don't know, what am I supposed to do with that? Do you just need me to give you an attaboy and a pat on the back? Because that's awesome that you are doing good, but it just, I don't know you, so it's not like I can be super happy for you. You're a stranger telling me that you're doing way better than I am. So I don't know. It just seems like a waste of time and energy, just like the ones that, are angry and tell me, I have no idea what it's like to be poor. Boy, are you wrong on that. We are doing fairly, not, I don't even want to say fairly, we're doing okay, because we have worked so hard, and we have, tried to be somewhat frugal. Obviously, we've done some frivolous things as well. We've made some bad decisions, but I literally I didn't grow up, but I lived for years in it's no longer, what was it called when we lived there? Because it was years ago. Now it's Watts. And very, very poor area. My mom was a single mom for many years, raising 5 kids alone. And then she met my stepdad, who was in the military, and she had my brother. But before that, we had no vehicle. We lived in a 2-bedroom duplex. There was 6 of us. And I do know what it's like to be poor. I just don't remember being unhappy because my mom managed to do very well for us, as far as we always had a roof over our head and we were always fed. So I don't know what it's like as an adult. So you're right about that, but it's all relative. What's poor to somebody might not be so poor to somebody else, the next guy. The same with wealth. What we consider wealthy, other people might not. They might consider that to be poor. So, everybody has a different perspective. And I always said that we were upper poverty or lower middle class, however you want to put it. We never were to the point where we were completely comfortable. It was always, paycheck to paycheck, and we always struggled, but we had a good life. We were happy. We've been married for 43 years and raised 3 kids, and everybody's been healthy. So that to me was wealth. I felt very wealthy and lots of friends, and my family was close by. So yeah, as far as my life goes, I felt very fortunate. I do feel like I was very blessed. And because of that, I want to help other people. I've noticed that people that are struggling are more likely to want to help other people. People that aren't struggling, I don't know if they just, not all, because I hate to group all people, say all people are this way or that way, because there's good people no matter what economic status you're in. But I've noticed that people that are struggling tend to be a little more sympathetic than people that have never struggled. Maybe they just don't understand. But again, that's not all people. I knew this was going to be a long one. I'm here alone. I'm not working today. And my husband's in the Pacific Palisades, where all those fires were. They had to call in outside contractors because there's just so much going on right now. It's so heartbreaking, so heartbreaking. And he's looking at homes that are $14 million. They've got to build them up from nothing. He's trying to figure out, he's trying to get blueprints on these houses because he doesn't even know where to start. But he said these people have been so nice. And these are people with tons of money, obviously, but they've been through a complete traumatic, devastating event, and they're looking for help. And he said it's really heartbreaking. He feels really bad. He wants to help these people. So, but the insurance companies, they're not real happy because it's going to cost to rebuild. I don't know what's going to go on with all that. But anyway, so yeah, I find myself here alone today. The grandkids are in school. I can't even go pick them up. I'm just too sick. Like I said, I'm probably going to end up taking a nap. So I will really appreciate hearing from you guys. I love the comments. I love talking with you guys and hearing your struggles. And like I said, misery likes company. I also want to be helpful. So if you guys know of anything else, like I said, this is what I've found so far. Not a whole lot, just sharing financial responsibilities, working as long as you can, take care of your health. It's the most important thing you have at this point. Keep your relationships good with family and friends, because sometimes you need to depend on others for help. Be nice. Maybe the van life or RV life will be an only option for some of you. Like I said, I don't know what the end game is with that one, but if it's between that and being homeless, I'll take the van life for what it's worth. I would like to offer more, but right now that's where I'm at. I'll keep looking and I'll bring it to you as I find it. So hopefully this is it. I don't have to do 2 or 3 takes. I usually do. It takes me a while to do this. I'll film it and then I'll watch it and I'll be like, it was awful. And I can feel I don't have my normal energy. So I'm like I said, I'm really sick. I should be in bed. I'm going to lay down, read the comments, watch some more YouTube videos, and either get super depressed or maybe I'll find some inspiration. We'll see. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.